Well, salutations, everybody. What's a crack-a-lackin'? It's another day, another dollar, and another attempt for the Craic to showcase tactical excellence as he goes back in to his Manchester United Season 3 save that he started in the beta of FM26, where we see if after the horrible disappointment of losing the Carabao Cup final to Tottenham Hotspurs, if we can come back into the game with power and gumption, with intensity and incredible ability to rise and fight versus our main rivals in Manchester City. Although there is an argument to be made when it comes down to Manchester United that their main rivals is actually Liverpool as opposed to Manchester City. But we shall see how all ends up going, because Man City has the distinct joy of having one Luis Enrique as their manager. And Luis is very, very good, and they have an astonishingly good team with a very good bench, so we'll see how things end up coming together as we go into them. We'll see how things end up changing as well. Josko Vardiel currently not even in their substitution lineups. Sandro Tonali, who they spent north of, I believe, 100 million quid on, yep, isn't in their main squad either, but to be fair, that's because he's on leave, which is weird. Well, they must have just given him time off. Okay, fair enough. The Napan there, who hasn't developed as much as he normally does in these type of saves. And Savinho, who unfortunately looks fairly decent. And then Omar Marmoush, who is with a slight injury and might pop back in this particular game. But we have the joys of seeing how this all ends up coming together. Senior Duck, my friend, what is a crack-a-lackin'? It is a pleasure to have you in. How is your Sunday treating you? I'm just after coming back from a shoulders exercise. So where I was a paraplegic yesterday, I'm now a quadriplegic, barely able to move my goddamn shoulders as well as my goddamn legs. So I'm having a dandy time. I'm more of a stupido than a tactico, to be frank. They're certainly close to each other in the table, so you're not wrong. I mean, fair enough, yeah. Although I didn't actually look at my table. Yes, City there at 59, whereas Liverpool are there. So they are, 10 points off of each other. We're still in competition for the league. We have to be extremely careful every single matches, considering Spurs are on our coattails. So we need to hope that it all ends up coming together, So let's start this off sound. We have our, two variants of our back tree to see if it ends up working for us as well. But for now, we'll go into this with gumption and hope that it ends up working for us, Because we might need that bit of prayer and hope that everything ends up working correctly for us. Did your save, Senior Duck, end up loading for you after that, or is it still taking its time? Ooh, this is the team it thinks it's playing. Okay. I'm okay. Not been too long awake. I mean, I understand that as well, to be fair. I literally just went straight into the game, got the burning done and came back and seen that United ended up playing a rather interesting squad today. Benjamin Šeško benched again for Brian Mbeumo up front. Lenny Yoro into the main defensive sign-up position as well, which is nice to end up seeing. Mount and Mazraoui in the defensive or in the substitution quarters, so we have the chance of bringing them on, which is nice for the extra elements. So we'll see how that ends up going. X Dubs, thank you so much for the follow. You are incredibly welcomed. Feel free to continue to lurk should you want to. Feel free to chat. We're equal opportunity asshole here at CraicAttackCentral, so we don't bite any more with you than we do with anybody else. How is your Sunday treating you? Senior Benny, it is a pleasure to have you in. What's a crack-a-lackin'? Nothing wrong if I have an ornament that looks as glorious as Bene Kage. I am happy to have that ornament come into the chat, even if he was particularly abrasive yesterday.
Why does this game do a
trying to pick a fight with the crack, and unfortunately you ended up having your 3-1 loss last night. Yes, Philadelphia didn't come back into that game. Atalanta ended up having the better of you. Did you think maybe at the end of that game, when you scored that goal on the 87th minute, that you had a chance of coming back into it when you were 3-0 down? Or was hope already gone from your hearts? I mean, I don't blame you. To be frank, you were saying that you haven't been in the best position or the best condition as a team in the last wee while, so I understand that. In terms of today, for me, as we all know, I'm a United fan. We're going up against Villa in about 40 minutes. We have only lost one game in our last 12. Which was obviously last week against Newcastle. Well, Brighton as well in the FA Cup, but I mean, Premier League game. We've drawn 5 and won 7. But I have a nasty feeling about today. So we'll see. Philadelphia Union, yeah. Yeah. I'd ask what's the reason for the snake on the Philadelphia Union crest, but I think I'm going to get a We the People answer from WWE, and I'm not 100% sure I want to start that conversation. So, yes, 004. Sorry. We need to do this with grace and respect. 0 wins, 0 draws, and 4 losses. Our hearts go out to the fans of the Philadelphia Unions. You are the Wolves of the MLS. You are the Spurs of the MLS. You guys are not there yet, but you have the potential to come back and honour the words of the great Miles Lewis Kelly. So, let's hope that you're able to change things and the MLS picks up and your involvement in it gets better as well. I'm confused. Why did you link a documentary on Join or Die? I think we might have to revoke Benekage's moderator privileges. He's spamming the chat. I'm obviously pulling the piss, but the last time we faced City, I believe we won against them. I actually don't know how to see our record. I don't know why they've made this as annoyingly awkward as they used to. You used to be able to see that record quite easily. But coming off of a loss, we should be slightly worried. But this is a must-win situation. So let's see what ends up happening. It's actually the one with the comma, but for some reason, that breaks links in Twitch. I don't know. Hey, it's understandable. Although stupid that they end up having it in it, to be fair. Said you're 0-0 and 3. Yeah. But to be fair, can you expect people from Philadelphia to be up and speedy on updating a Wikipedia? Join or Die, stylized Join or Die, is a political cartoon showing the disunity in American colonies, originally in the context of the French and Indian War in 1754. Attributed to Benjamin Franklin, the original publication by the Pennsylvania Gazette on May... Sorry, this needs... Actually, let's restart. Join or Die. Stylized Join or Die. It's a political cartoon showing the disunity in the American colonies, originally in the context of the French and Indian Wars in 1754. Attributed to Benjamin Franklin, the original publication by Pennsylvania Gazette on May 9th, 1754. It's the earliest known pictorial representation of the why am I getting that word wrong? Colonial Union. Colonial Union. Okay, anyway, Colony Union. Produced by an American colonist in colonial America. Colonial America. The cartoon is woodcut, showing a snake cut into eighths, with each segment labelled as the initials of one of the 13 American colonies. The cartoon appeared alongside Franklin's editorial about the disunited state. What the fuck am I doing? Disunited state of the colonies, and helped make his point about the importance of colonial unity. That fucking word. It later became a symbol of colonial freedom and the American Revolutionary War. The joys of me having one word that just screws me. The absolute joys of that. That's why the snake is relevant to Pennsylvania. Well, I know in WWE we had a crew known as oh god, I can't actually remember what their tag team was called, but it was Cesaro and Jack Swagger, aka Jack Swagger, that had We the People. I think they were actually called We the People, but they ended up using that for a bit. Katie, my friend, Katie. Hold the phone. I know we're pausing the music quite a bit today, but Katie, my friend. Good news. Good news, Katie. Good news, Katie. I have no idea what the fucking lyrics to that is, but she rhymed! Snake in a box! And it's hilarious too, because his eyes are over here. Annoyingly, the prick ended up getting caught on customs for 11 quid, so I'd spend 11 quid more on it. So it actually cost me 50 instead of 20. Yeah, no, I actually really like it. I think it looks really cool. I'm half tempted to actually take it out of the box. But at the same point in time, screw it. But yeah, the Bunko arrived. It looks really good. It has great feels to it. I like the idea that the eyes are actually on the other side of it too, that it isn't, the eyes aren't coming out of the front perspective of it. What are you apologising for customs for, Katie? That happens every now and again. Sometimes you can get crap through customs, sometimes you can't. I don't buy anything without understanding there's a chance of a €10 customs charge. I'm always okay for that. I'm just pulling the piss with you. So I'm 100% sound about it. It's still worth it to me because it's a nice little addition, and I have something there that's stream orientated. And of course, I still also have my little vision. I get satisfied far too easily. At the time in 1754, Philadelphia were the paper cartoon which originated from, was the nation's capital. Ah, okay, I never knew that. I never knew Philadelphia at one point was the nation's capital. I think depending on the mood of the person in customs doing the packaging, I kinda To be honest, Katie, it also depends on where it's coming from. The fact that that came from Australia might have also been the reason why customs decided to be a bit more stringent on it. So does that mean that the people of Philadelphia kind of feel a bit bitter about the fact that Washington, D.C. is the capital now, or are most of ye in the modern generation over that? Because there's some people in Ireland that are still bitter with England. I don't give a crap about the British-Irish bloody crap. I give a crap about it if British people bring it up, but I don't care. I genuinely don't care about the relations of us. Like I said, I'm an equal opportunity asshole. I treat everyone the same. I'll treat Benacaghe as horribly as I'll treat Duck. So, you know. I think the way that it was described to me is I'm equally racist to everyone, which means I'm not racist at all. That's probably not a statement I should say over airwaves or at all, but hey. It was moved to Washington, D.C. after the city was originally designed and built to specifically to be a district containing the nation's capital. Fair enough. Because I know in Ireland there's a lot of people that think Cork should be that Cork is bigger than Dublin. Cork is the largest peninsula. Well, technically it's Donegal, but Cork is the largest peninsula in the entirety of the country. So, so it should end up being our capital. I don't have a fucking candle to put in that race. I couldn't give a crap. But yeah. I mean, I like it. I really like it, Katie. Genuinely, I really like it. I really, really like it. But it's that. It's the fact that the eyes are on this side of it more than the eyes being on that side of it that I really like. Because it literally does just look like a random box. So when you put it on a shelf, unless you actually read this bit here, you wouldn't actually know that it's Snake and you would think that it's just a goddamn box. So, like, I love that. I genuinely love that. That's such an amazing touch. No, I'm not. At some point, I have to play the Metal Gear games. As I am a person who went into game development and I've never played a Metal Gear game. Yes, sue me. Although I do own Phantom Pain, so I have a lot of crap I need to play at some point. So, you know, I still need to get back to fucking Kingdom Hearts. and Blasphemous. It's been bloody 3 months, but I need to get back to Blasphemous as well. That was 3 centuries ago. I mean, better than an image. Move on, your ancestors' problems. I mean, I don't 100% agree with that either, Duck, because those that don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. But I understand that you shouldn't, you know, let it cause frictions between, you know, conglomerates or nations or anything like that. You treat a person not by the color of their skin or the strength of their homegrown, but by the strength of their character, or whatever the fucking quote is that MLK said. I know he was specifically talking about race, but I know it, you know, it does cross over to the whole shebang. I never bought anything, but I did get him to spend money. To be fair, Katie, you've gotten me to spend money before, because you're partially the reason why this exists.
Off is a direction you can fuck.
And I ended up buying a wee bit of help in order to figure out how to do that crap. Not that I actually bought help. I bought an expansion to my storage capabilities for my PC so that I could add an insane amount more of this crap. You know, the actual thing with you is after the last time when you didn't chat in my chat and waited for the raid to just chat in the raid so that you could end up trolling me by not chatting in my chat or propagating up the counter to let me know how many times you've been in the chat. So you're not, you should be here 12 times, not 11 times. After that, you're the reason why this exists.
So that's why I always feel an overbearing presence just out of my field of vision, watching and judging my every move.
That probably could do with another 5 seconds, but the clip that I ended up robbing it from doesn't actually have the extra 5 seconds. I mean, to be fair, Katie, you're responsible for 3 of the pop-ups because your trolling has tickled me so much on some occasions that I actually had to bother to do this. Well, if it makes you feel any better, Duck, you're the reason this exists. Partially because you don't like wrestling, and partially because you ended up making me do that goddamn duck. And of course, Benny is the to share the love and let everyone know, Benny is the reason why this one exists. When he ended up giving a crap ton of gifted subs and started 3 hype trains when I wasn't here. So, you know, everyone has something. Benny also, to be fair, Benny also has probably the most used pop-up that I have in this. I genuinely think if myself and Benny ever actually meet, he's just going to knock me with a punch in the face for belittling his favorite Major League Soccer. And to be fair, I probably deserve it. Anyway, we're 26 minutes into this. I really should just start these streams. I really should just start these streams, not on this page at all. I should just start these streams just, you know, on, you know, this instead. Wait a minute, why? Weird. When did I do that? How did I screw up my just chatting screen? That's fascinating. Anyway, never mind. For some reason, my just chatting screen is just my Football Manager 26 stream. It literally has just changed with chatting Craic. Hey, the joys. Although we did end up making this, you know. We did end up making this to scare the absolute crap out of you poor fools. Ha! I feel sorry for anybody that ended up doing that. Remember, one of the rules is I don't pay for your therapy bills. Ah! I'm an asshole. Go on, Senior Duck. What did you end up noticing, my friend? Regale us with your incredible information. I'm after noticing that I, unfortunately, am incredibly foolish and drink significantly way too many energy drinks. Cheers. I think the backing sound of this and maybe Sandstorm are my favorite like just beats of themselves. Oh, they're Ben White. Huh. I mean, to be fair, I don't really blame you for that viewpoint, Katie, but I drink, I have Lucasade Sport bottles here. I drink about 12 to 15 bottles of this shite a day. Like, I guzzle down these fuckers. So having a can or two of something that tastes entirely different is fine. I have cordial around there as well, that I end up mixing with the water, but you know. Every time I talk in a chat, I'm lead mod, my first message is always the sword for standard mod, and then every message afterwards gives me the gavel. Oh. Interesting. Oh yeah, Katie's has the gavel too. I've never actually noticed that it changes it from a sword to a gavel. What bloody song is that? I don't know if that picked up that song, Senior Duck. Let me check. It didn't. So I'm going to refund you that. It didn't pick up that song. Here, give me a second. I'm going to see if something's wrong with Songify. No, it's linked. So it should work. Try it again, Senior Duck. Here, I'll try it. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, I'll add it. So you can get this one for free, because to be fair, that fits. And god damn it, my man. Old school FIFA. Old school FIFA. Does anyone remember which FIFA this was in? I think it was 08. I think it was 08. I loved the FIFA that this was in. The biggest problem with this song is when this song came out, I was very, very young. And when they go, what comes over the hill? Is it a monster? Is it a... And then they'd use my actual IRL name to turn around and say, is it a monster or is it a crack? We'll swap it. You know, instead of the second monster there, because people are arseholes and end up hitting on your own insecurities. Did I actually get 08? That's awesome. I'm shocked that I got the football manager that, or the FIFA that ended up coming out in. I mean, do another one if you want to, Senior Duck. It's there to be used. If I think there's a problem with the song, I'll just stop it. That's as you know yourself, like. But anyways, we're now in the Etihad, and we'll see what ends up happening. Can we get a victory over City after a shambolic display versus Spurs? We shall see now. Ferguson. Evan getting battered off by Diaz is not a good sign. But they said Hexbug instead of Monster. Did they? Okay, interesting. I do actually wonder if what made this company pick Monster as the name for it. Because the name Liquid Death, which is a $1 billion drinks manufacturing company, picked Liquid Death because nobody likes water, ironically. And they just wanted to put it down as a way in order to get people to start drinking water, and they wanted to make water sound as cool as possible, so they just went with Liquid Death. So instead of being cool, they actually went cringe, but hey, whatever works for you. We're not breaking through them enough. We're the better of the two teams, but we're not breaking through them enough. Okay. I think we might have to try going in through the middle. And see if that works. Their midfield might be too strong for us for that to work. We're still going out to the, like, interesting that the setup is more going out to the wing, even though we have changed to progress through the middle. I suppose supporting runs are through the flank. So if we set that to balanced and change that to true and true, the attacking width is narrow. In theory, they should go down the middle. For some reason, they're not doing it, but they should go down the middle. Okay, well, we have to change up, so Ahmad is injured, which is fine because that means we can put Alex Jimenez up there for a bit until we need to change things. So we'll put Mark Cucurella on for now. Bruno is not performing particularly good, so we'll swap Bruno with Matev. Fergus is not performing good, so we'll put on Benjamin Sesko. Paz is not performing good, so we'll put on Rasmus. Swap the two of them around, and let's see. In what way, Senior Benny, am I an enabler, if you don't mind me asking? Because I help in your ways. I end up, all the WWE 2K you've been streaming got me to reinstall 2K26. Happy out! How have you found 2K26 when you end up going back to it? I think 26 is one of the ones I own on this machine. Is it? 26. I do. 26 was the first one that I purchased on this game. Stone Cold Steve Austin on the cover. Back when it was 40 gigabytes. Back with Arnie Schwarzenegger. Because we went on here and we showcased Arnie Schwarzenegger into the game. Hideo Itami, aka Kenta, in it. The two Colognes in it as Los Mexicanos. Dusty Rhodes there. Yeah. God, when you look back at the models, like, whew. Stardust, the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion as Stardust. Unbelievable. You kept saying 26. I'm going to make a tournament for it. Should be good. You're going to make a tournament for 16. Oh, not too bad. Well, if you are, let me know about it. I might install it and end up joining you if the offer is sent out. You mightn't want the crack involved. Ah, that makes sense. They're destroying us so far in this game. They have the XG point of view, so let's hope we get a... Oh, God, not a good one. King and or Queen of the Ring style, but a long format. Fair enough. I tried doing that on the Pro Wrestling Simulator when I was working on that type of stuff. They're not easy to end up organizing correctly. But they actually have tournament modes, so you don't need to decide how everyone ends up doing, because it has the kind of random generator feeling that the likes of a... We're losing this fucking match. Jimenez to Euro to Matev. Let me show you what I mean with the director, the DOA one I made. Not too bad, let me see it. I'm happy to view all those type of stuff, Senior Benny. We're performing better with this formation than we were with the back four, but like... Oh, Saba! Saba! Oh, what a goal! Oh, what a bloody blunder by Donnarumma! What a touch, what a kick, what a blunder by Donnarumma! Saba Karabashi! Oh, you beauty! Oh, can we... Oh, no, thank God Haaland missed. I plan on resuming this one next week. It's a long. Oh! What a goal by Stellar. Oh, back into it, my friends. Back into it. Oh. Dead or Alive Premier League. Interesting. And is that an offline tournament as well that you do on that, Senior Benny? Or what's the deal with Dead or Alive? Like, if you've more people that are playing it? Set piece Merchant Manchester lot. I mean, who gives a shit? As I said before, when it comes down to the Arsenal situation, I don't care about the Arsenal situation. If you win, you win. That's all that matters. Win the goddamn league and then worry about the play style. I think the play style becomes an issue if you're consistent winners. But, like, win before you worry about the play style. Like.
Shut up.
Don't you forget, you ain't won yet.
Fuck off, Duck. Genuinely.
Off is a direction you can fuck.
I mean, I say that, but this game probably deserves to be a draw, if not even more. They have a 3 XG. Like, in terms of stats wise, they deserve to be dominating us. Although I will say it's funny that Saba scored when he's not even proficient in that role. Shit, we don't really have a replacement for Rashford, do we? Or for Jimenez? Can Manu... Oh no, we've used all of them. Never mind. Which is more important to get rid of? Considering we have two 6.2s. We go out through the wing quite a bit. Jimenez is in a better condition than Rashford, so yeah. Never mind. Actually, no. As much as I don't like Victor Rushk being there, no, screw it. Do this instead. Do this instead. This might be a mistake. Thank you for the lurk, Senior Benny. Cherky. There. Cherky. Sesko. Rodri. Diaz. Guardiol. Marmouche. Foden. Oh, they're playing circles around us. Oh, that was some bloody play by them. That was incredible by them. Okay. Rashford. Oh, fuck me, Rashford. Seriously, my man. I know you're performing bad, but seriously, my man. Okay. He's improved out there. But he's not improved enough. We might need to move Victor Rushk on 90. A draw is not a good result in this match. We need to win this match. And then we lose it. And then we fucking lose it. And then we fucking lose it. We're at the bottle in the lead. We're at the bottle in the fucking league. There's Spurs after winning. Ah, bottle after bottle after bottle after bottle. Useless bastards. I mean, that's the result that was deserving. We didn't deserve to win that game, but you useless pricks. Absolute bunch of bottling pricks. You put City up there. We have a game in hand on City, so we can end up coming down there. But Spurs now are 3 points ahead of us. What matches do we have left? Do we have Spurs left? Nope. 1, 2. We have 2 matches left. Wait, what? Yeah, we've way more than 2 matches left. Oh, yeah, this is just the wrong month. Okay. Do we have Spurs? Sheffield, Sunderland, Palace, West Ham, West Brom, Fulham. Crap. Do Spurs have anyone big? Do Spurs have anyone big? They have Liverpool 3 times in a row. Oh my God. Chelsea and Villa. So let's hope that Liverpool can wallop their arse at least in this one. In this one more than them two. I don't care about them qualifying in the Champions League. We'll wallop them if we need to. But make sure you beat them in one of these ones. Anyone got any plans for next week? I don't anyway, Senior Duck. Do you? Paddy's Day is just going to be a relaxing day. I won't be streaming on Paddy's Day, by the way, in case you think I will be, because of the fact that I'm off work and the whole lot, but like... yeah, joys of that. Interesting. Okay, anyways, we failed there. We have to continue on now and see if we can get something out of the next game. Jack Wilshere is the Everton manager. Interesting. 36 years of age. Is Wilshere currently a manager anywhere? Jack Wilshere. He's a coach. He's the manager of Luton Town in League One. Interesting. How are they doing? League One, League One, League One, League One. League One table. Luton are 11th, so he's not doing great with them. Do they still have players in that squad from their Premier League days? I doubt they do, because surely they wouldn't be able to afford them. But But it would be fascinating if they did. And how you'd end up feeling as a former Premier League player being down in the bloody 2 divisions down. Like, not good. So the United game should be starting now in a couple of minutes too, and we'll see what ends up happening there. Hopefully we end up giving a good performance now. I'm a bit defensively worried about us, if I'm honest. But hopefully we'll end up getting a good performance out of it. Hopefully Maguire is in good form, because I think that's where it'll end up mattering. If Maguire is in good form, we should perform good today. Because I think Euro is the future. I think Euro will end up being good for us, but at the same point in time, he just hasn't been good enough recently. Okay. I'm not going near the team to do a team meeting, even though it probably is required, because they're a bit temperamental, if I'm honest. And even though this is Everton, we need to be careful. Their last manager, I think, was Ruben Amorim. How do I see history? Honors, manager history. Yes, he left the role. So who's Ruben with? Fair enough. So Ruben Amorim left United, went to Everton, and then went to Newcastle. Which, to be fair, that's not a bad way to do it. The sad tree mods and the streamer had to ban the bot. Hey, look, I didn't make e-mods. I didn't make e-mods to force you to do that type of stuff. It's just nice if you're able to, Katie. I made e-mods because you came in here. You've always been good crack. You help, and you said you were willing to help if you noticed it. And I like trying to give, something back to you insane fools that watch this. Also, Rashford is just benched. So we're going to go Victor, Nico, or am I better going Mbeumo over there? I think I am, yeah. I think we go and we change this a bit. I think we try this. Mbeumo isn't marked sharp. So I think we start with... Ferguson didn't have a great performance, so I think we go Sesko, Paz, Fernandez, Rook, Menu, Stellar. Jimenez needs to get dropped, but we don't really have anyone to replace him. So you're just out, and then we go with Delict there, but swap Delict with Kumbwala. Kumbwala, Euro, Delict, and Karabashi. And Ilya's not back yet. We're quite light defensively, annoyingly. Karabashi, even though he scored in the last game, is a bit tired, so I think we actually go with Cucurella. Sesko is tired as well, so as much as I actually want to put him on, we're going to go with Rasmus. Menu is... Great, we're giving him the chance. So this is the squad we're going to go with. Edison, Willie, Euro, Delict, Cucurella, Stellar, Menu, Paz, Bruno, Victor, and Hoyland. And let's see how things end up going. You know I'm more cheerleader B than worker B. I just here to make loud noise. I mean, to be fair, Duck, you do a good job at both. You do a good job at both because you do give me topics to talk about, so that helps. There's something different about this lineup, and I can't figure it out. I'm looking at this United side. There's something different about the way that we're tactically put up, but I can't figure it out. Shaw's there, Manu's there, Casemiro's there, Bruno's there. Delo is there. Guire's on the left. Ahmad is there. No, okay, I'm just being paranoid. That was a bad pass. Anyway, never mind. Yeah, no, I'm just being paranoid looking at it. We're not. We're completely the same as we have been in all of the games previous to this. Cool. Also, one of the things I don't know if I have been doing, but I need to do, is in this format. Yeah, we need you to mark the position. And both of them are doing that. Okay, anyways, we're not in that position now. We're back here. So, a couple of people playing in positions we don't normally play them in. We might need a little bit of luck. So let's get into this and see how things end up going. Wow, that peaked the microphone bad. Ooh, okay, that's new. That properly peaked the microphone. That's fascinating. What? Yeah, okay, I was wondering. Sorry, bear with us 1 second. While the game is loading, some back-end streamer stuff is going iffy. Okay, cool. Yeah, all's good there. No bother. Send her my love, Senior Duck. Not in the Wayne Rooney type of way, but send her my love. That's a low blow. Okay, anyway, after two bad performances, this is the game where we need to come back. We need to come back with an absolute bloody monstrous amount of work on this one. So we'll see how things end up going. We're unbeaten in 6 games against them. I mean, that literally doesn't matter at all. Every game is a different game. You can't turn around and look at a continuous streak like that and think that that's enough to keep you going. Although, fascinating that Ruben came into this squad and has gone with a 4-4-2. I'm actually kind of surprised the game hasn't hard-coded him to be a back three manager. You know, I'm actually genuinely kind of shocked they haven't hard-coded that into his principles. I mean, he isn't a hardcore back three manager. It is what he likes to do. It is the stuff that he's had the most amount of success with. He has been adaptable in the past. It's just considering they know the ridicule that has been put in place by people and the whole lot that they didn't do it. I'm surprised Brighton sold him. Well, 41 million. Oh, fair enough. Mark Cucurella, Bernardo Silva, 2-0 up versus Newcastle. That's annoying. And Hoyland! First attempt didn't go in, second attempt did. Beautiful for the man that hasn't been getting much time. And in the back end has been working like a hoss to try and make himself good. That's what you want to see. I have to say, some of United's IRL long passes have been dreadful so far. Like, there's only 5 minutes put into this game, and I'm going back and forward, so I'm not 100% looking at it. But we've had some dreadful long passes. Bruno, Rasmus, Cucurella almost. Pickford too. Arguably England's best goalkeeper, which is kind of a sad indictment on England. I know some people will still say it's Nicholas Pope. Might be mean. I hold no time for Nicholas Pope. I genuinely think it's one of the areas that Newcastle need to improve upon. I genuinely prefer Aaron Ramsdale to Nicholas Pope, if I'm honest. Like Newcastle, maybe I know in this game they have Aaron Ramsdale. IRL they have Aaron Ramsdale as well, right? I think they played Aaron Ramsdale versus us. Unless I'm getting myself completely mixed up. What a goal by Rasmus! Oh my God, my man! That's beautiful. Genuinely, that's beautiful. That's just a power shot right there. But yeah, no, I know there's some people that turn around and say that Nicholas Pope has the potential to be England's best goalkeeper. I don't think so. I think Jordan Pickford is three, if not 4 times the player of Nicholas Pope, and I don't even rate Pickford. But then again, it's also not fair because I'm really hard on goalkeepers, and my United bias does come in because although I think he's shite, and I will openly admit he's shite, I don't think Onana's as bad as people say he is. Like, he's shite. He's not a Premier League goalkeeper, but I don't think he's as bad as people say he is. I do tend to be meaner on goalkeepers than I am on other ones. I don't like Nicholas Pope. I don't think Jordan Pickford is worthy of being the main goalkeeper for England, but I don't know who else to have to choose. I think Robert Sanchez and Flip Jorgensen are 2 disastrous goalkeepers for Chelsea. I think what's the name of the buck that Liverpool ended up signing? Liverpool's second goalkeeper. Georgi Mardashvili. I don't think he's good enough either. Now, to be fair, secondary goalkeepers, it doesn't matter as much. Because in theory, you hope they won't be playing. But I don't think he's that good either. Yes. This is a nice remix of this song. To be fair, it's a good song originally. One of Perry's better ones. Cucurella and Bruno makes it 3. Beautiful. I know there's big rumors that United are supposedly interested in the summer IRL of going for Morgan Rogers. I don't know how to feel about that. Like, Morgan Rogers is a very, very good player. I don't think it's the position we need to go on for. Just thinking about him there. Of the Villa squad, I genuinely looking at the Villa squad, I don't know who we would add to the Villa squad to our particular team. You'd be looking at a midfielder, if anyone, because I don't think their defenders are particularly great. Like Ollie Watkins, of course you take him. Well, Victor Lindelof on the bench there. Must be weird as a former United player to come back and be on the opposition bench. Especially him, who spent, 9 years at United? I think Victor spent 9 years at United. I think that's how long he was with us. Kind of bonkers when you think about it. Like, Maguire's definitely with us long enough that he would get an honorific match, you know? Paz, 5-0 up. Well, this is one way to end up coming back after disappointing performances in the last two. Okay, so let's make some changes. Stellar has a card, so we'll take Stellar off, even though he scored a goal. Willie is tired, so we will take Delict over there and put Gibson on, even though he's not really a defender, so we'll keep an eye on that. We'll bring Brian and Buemu on, but I kind of want to keep Victor there. Bruno has scored as well. Bruno doesn't need it as much, so we're going to move Victor into the middle and move in Buemu on there for Bruno. And we'll go with that for now. I know I should take Victor off. He's the worst performing player of that top four, but I want him to kind of get more out of this game. I think he needs it. So let's hope that he can get something off of a team that's firing on all cylinders at the moment. Also, by the way, we're 5-0 up in this game, and Nick Pope has had a 6.5, which means he's actually been doing okay in terms of some of the saves. I know he's announced that he's gone, so it's not going to end up happening, but I think United genuinely should try and convince Casemiro to re-sign on a 1-year contract. Do a 1-year contract extension, see if he can get his wage down at all. Because genuinely, I think he seems to still have it, in my opinion. And you need that leader quality in your squad as well as everything else, you know. Like you can't underestimate how important it is to have that leader quality in your squad. Someone that knows how to win and has the experience of doing it. Like, I'd argue that that's one of the reasons why Mason Mount could be important if we can get him fit. But that's a big if. Like, he's the only other Champions League winner we have in the squad. Oh, fair enough. I don't really care about Rasmus, them getting money for Rasmus. Though, I do feel a little sorry for Evan Ferguson, because Evan Ferguson, your time annoyingly is coming to an end with the way you've been performing, my friend. Even though you got a hat-trick there 3 games ago or something like that. So we've been in control, IRL, of this game far more than Villa, but we're sloppy and we don't look intense. We look like we're just lazing about and doing simple passes. We don't look like we're giving it our all, unfortunately. Okay. Anyways. Yes, has done well out there, so we might have to consider that again if Ahmad isn't back in time. No comment. Team's head is there. It was unbelievable. Nice to see. Who cares? So long as we get the ball in and score, who cares? No comment on that. He was playing there because Alex Jimenez has been crap the last wee while. And unfortunately, you kind of have to keep Alex Jimenez and Rashford out of the squad, don't you? You kind of can't bring them back in yet. The cross-diagonal passes are interesting from United because they're pinpoint accurate, but like Cunha's not receiving them fast enough and we're not doing enough with them in order for them to work. Like they're pinpoint accurate on Cunha, but that's also kind of a problem. They're pinpoint accurate. They're not movement based. So like they land exactly where Cunha is. So Cunha has to wait for the ball, which means he has to receive the ball and then start moving again. So there's no actual fluidity in the cross diagonal passes that we're doing. So they're actually a bit of a waste. Yeah, I'm not bothering with those two. They don't seem worth it. I've already put in offers for these bucks. Hopefully they turn out to be actual bloody stars at some point. Although it's funny how in that game you can have people that can end up doing well. Look, his potential is really, really low, so there's no option of anything. But like when you have 2 green stats and you 2 stats over 15, I'd be tempted to sign him anyway, even though it's not going to go anywhere. Like it's a complete waste of finances to sign him. We'll scout him. Actually, there's genuinely no point in scouting him, is there? Yeah, screw it. Let him go. A moment of brilliance isn't enough to get you signed. It's unfortunate for you, my friend. Interesting. You're not good enough anymore for us to go for, so it's unfortunate for you. Martinez looks to be on point, I'll tell you that. Emil Martinez. This game to me screams draw, sadly. Which game do we next? Southampton next, and then Chelsea. That Chelsea game could be difficult. I don't look forward to that Chelsea game now. No bother, Senior Duck. How was your gran? Is she in good spirits, if you don't mind me asking? I hope so. I hope so. We're just waiting on the game to load through so that we can end up continuing on into our next game versus Southampton, where we hope that Spurs will capitulate. Spurs is the one we need to worry about. It'd be nice if City capitulate, but as things stand, if we win all of our Premier League games, we're ahead of City anyway. So we don't need to worry too much about City. It's Spurs that we need to worry about and hope that they just, you know, capitulate, fall down, they dishonor themselves, dishonor them and their family. I couldn't give a shit, Lamens. Genuinely couldn't give a shit. The reason why Edison's being gotten is because you weren't that good. Although we did win a Champions League with you, so, you know, I can't complain too much. But you were a leaky sieve, and Edison has been better. Not by much, but he's been better. We still need to get a proper goalkeeper. We still need to go on the hunt and hope to find a proper goalkeeper. We have 2 youths that could develop into that, but they're not ready. There's no way Gibson and Karababashi are the 2 that are playing there. Not a chance. I don't know what the game is smoking, even recommending that. Interesting. Okay. City versus Arsenal. We kind of want Arsenal to win that game, but it doesn't really matter. Spurs is the match we care about. We need Spurs to lose. We need to pray to whatever divine intervention ends up coming around and hoping that Spurs end up just losing one more match, at least. At least. Okay. Evans. Yep, you're gone, Evans. I'm not rehiring you. I'll find a loan manager afterwards if we stay. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so Euro, why is Euro dead? The fuck? He's not in the under 21s. Why is he dead? If he's been given time to perform for the under 21s, that's a mistake. Yeah, so why is he dead? Ooh, that's not good. Okay, well then my banishment of Alex Jimenez is changing. Jimenez back in there. Willie Kwambwala on for Euro. You destroyed my plans, Euro. If Jimenez has a bad performance, his ass is getting sold immediately in the summer. Like, unfortunately, we need to get rid of Rashford as well in the summer if we're staying with this save, and we don't even know if we are. We might actually start doing the from rags to riches save at some point, but we'll wait for that. Paz is tired, but Ahmad is back. So, with that being the case, 2 and 1. Why is Hardy not available? Okay. Interesting. Fascinating. Rasmus performed really good in the last game. Even though he's tired, we should give Rasmus the go. Victor is the wild card. Victor's the one I don't know what to do with. So I think we replace Victor with Mbeumo, unfortunately. Stellar and Manu done well with each other, but I'm going to give Stellar a bit of a break, and I'm going to put Matev on for Stellar. And we're going to go with this squad here and see how we do. Hopefully we come into this with firepower and gumption, and we get a good result out of it. So, the team. Edison, Alex Jimenez, Willie Kwambwala, Matthias de Ligt. Actually, yeah, de Ligt and Kwambwala, Mark Cucurella. Well, actually, you know what? Fuck off. We're going to do this instead. Saba Karabayashi, de Ligt and Willie Kwambwala, Mark Cucurella, Matev, Manu, Ahmad, Bruno, Brian Mbeumo, and Rasmus Højlund up front. Because Alex Jimenez will be on the bench, but screw him. He's not getting a game. He's not getting the start. He doesn't deserve it. So, let's hope we perform good. Let's hope that my arrogance doesn't lead to ultimate disappointment. Because if we lose this game, we just lose the league. We're in that unfortunate situation where a single loss loses us the league. As we don't have that buffer, sadly. Okay, they have James McCarthy on. Shay Charles, one of my many nightmares. This man performs like God incarnate whenever he comes onto a pitch. So we'll see what ends up happening. He normally destroys me, rips me a new one whenever we play him. So let's hope that doesn't happen today with Charles. So, in we go now. United versus Southampton. Southampton in that piss ugly yellow jersey. We seem to be okay for the moment. Gusto loses it there. Matev with a horrible pass. It's looking like Matev might have been a mistake. Edison to Bruno. Bruno out to Ahmad. Ahmad back to Kaev. Kaev. Bruno to Rasmus. Bruno to Ahmad. Matev. Matev! Off of the post. Unfortunate that. The fact that we've had 4 shots and 0 on target is not concerning. It's bloody infuriating. Matev to Delict. Kwambwala to Buemu. Buemu to Menu. Menu to Ahmad. Ahmad to Matev. Matev to Ahmad. Rasmus. Matev. Saba. Saba. Matev. Menu. Ahmad! What a goal by Ahmad Diallo. Picture perfect chef's kiss of a goal. That's what you want to see. That's the type of goal you want to see. That's the type of goal that shivers your timbers a bit. But still, 1 shot on target, 1 goal. We're not performing good enough. It's hard to be a disciplinarian in these type of situations because we're by far the better team, but we're still not performing good enough for what we should be. And as is always the case.
Shut up.
Don't you forget,
Here he goes.
you ain't won
Ooh,
yet.
I'm scared.
Seriously, the accuracy has to improve. How the hell are we 7 shots, 1 on target? Ahmad to Matev. Mbuemu to Menu. Mbuemu! Way off. Okay. So let's change this to play for that. Then floated crosses. And that's it for now. Nice catch by Cucurella. Ahmad Diallo. Why would... come on to hell, Ahmad. Like, seriously. That's the type of shot you should get fined for. Like, do long shots if you want to, but if they're off by that much, like, you know. Ahmad. Back. Nice turn. Ahmad. Ramsdale with a nice save. Now, I say nice. It was a fairly standard save, but you need to make them. It doesn't matter how standard it is. You still need to make sure that the ball doesn't go into the back of the net. I'm going to be mean. I'm going to be mean to you, Erasmus, unfortunately. We can give Ferguson a go. We're going to take Bruno off, and we're going to put Paz on. We're also going to be mean here. We're going to take Manu off, put Angelo Stellar on, move Stellar with Matev. Matev has been okay, but he hasn't been great. So we need more connective tissue from the passing work. And like Matev has been there, but he hasn't been connecting the passes as well as we probably would want. 15 shots, 6 on target. Mark Cucurella to Paz to Mbuemu. I don't know what that was. Oh, okay, free kick, nice. Paz now, I actually probably would have preferred Angelo Stellar take it, but hey, bounces off the crossbar. I know, it's funny when you think about it too. The most dangerous score in all of football is 2-0. 1-0, you're still on your heels, defensively aware and the whole lot. So although as much as I would always prefer to see 2-0 than 1-0, they consider 2-0 a more dangerous score than 1-0 because you lose your edge. And if the other team scores, they'll get that edge. And like a knife will go through butter when it's hot. Evan, my man. What do you say to that miss? Off the goddamn bar. That miss hurts. And Mbuemu and Ahmad with another tap in. Beautiful. I mean, that's what you want to end up happening. But again, as I was saying there, 2-0, the most dangerous score in all of football, so we have to be careful about that as well. We're doing okay at the moment. That's what you like to see, anyways. Stellar to Paz. Karabashi. Up we go. Back down. Stellar. Paz. Ahmad got his hat trick. Oh, beautiful for Amad Diallo. That's beautiful play. That's the type of stuff you want to see. Okay. Oh, don't. That's unfortunate. Genuinely, that's unfortunate. Their first shot on target and it's a goal. It's happening all the goddamn time. It'd be hilarious if it wasn't so goddamn funny that one shot is all it takes for them to end up getting a goal. Cucurella now performing okay. Karabashi. Cool. Ferguson. Offside. I don't know what to think when it comes down to Ferguson, if I'm honest. Like, he's good, but, like, after coming on to give a 6.6 is not good enough. Especially when we've been attacking. Like, he's probably the worst of my strikers at the moment. As sad as that is, he probably is the worst of my strikers. Cool. Hey, 3-1 is a good result. They still have Will still in charge. Huh. Fascinating. But 3-1 is a good result for us. Villa drew at West Ham. Chelsea drew at Everton. City bet Arsenal. Annoying, but not that big of a concern. It does mean that City are still on our heels, but you know, it's not the end of the world because we have more points. I think by almost 13 or something like that. We'll look at it now in terms of the goal difference. So, like, game in hand. Oh, so if we continue to win, we're one game ahead of them as well. So that's interesting. So we just need to continue to end up winning, considering we have that game in hand. But in the actual grander scheme of things, when we look at English men Premier League, they have, they're on 30 goal difference. We're on 49. Again, biggest worry is Spurs. We need Spurs to lose. And they don't have a fucking match. Because of course they don't. Why would they? Spurs and Liverpool is the next match. We need Liverpool to get a win out of that game. Walt, my friend, what is a crack-a-lackin'? It is a pleasure to have you, ladies, gentlemen, and the Technicolor rainbow in between. Please give Senior Walt a follow and a look into a fantastic streamer, the Ginger Wonder himself, a gente scholar, and, you know, interesting to boot, which you can't say about everyone that's a gent. How is your Sunday treating you, my friend? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious? I hope that the crack is 90. I'm doing well at the moment. Enjoying a bit of Football Manager whilst watching Manchester United IRL playing okay versus Aston Villa, but not looking like we have that final cutthroat edge. Whilst in the game, having an okay display, a bad loss to City that puts us in a worrying situation, but 2 good wins that puts us in an okay situation there. And we have 5 games left in the league to hopefully see Spurs capitulate and us to remain in the central position to take the league. It will be sadly unlucky, very unlucky, if we don't end up taking the league this year with how we've been performing. But hey, needs must and crap happens. But we'll go with what we have and see how she continues. Why did it say that Ahmad might be leaving, by the way? Is his contract almost out? 32, no, so don't know what the hell they're whinging about. Danny Rowe, huh? We'll look at our loans. There's nothing we can do with our loans, unfortunately, but we'll have a quick gawk at how our loans are doing. I do wish we could bring this page up, like, big, and end up looking at it. Okay, so, down at our bottoms, we've no information for Laments, because he literally hasn't played a goddamn game, which is hilarious. We don't care about Fletcher. We don't care about McCoy. Christoph could be interesting. How has Christoph not played any games? He has played some. He's just been on the bench. Huh? Oh, it's Howe. It's Howe with Ipswich. Fair enough. Don't actually care that much about Christoph. He was a good free agent poke, but he hasn't been doing enough to you know, intrigue me. Moss, I don't, to be honest, I don't know why Dermot Mee is still there. Ricardo Reese, Ricardo Matias could be interesting. We sent him back to Brazil. I think they're in Brazil. No, West Europe, Spain. We sent him to Spain. Where, if we were to stay on, you'd be a sellable one, my boy. 27 appearances and 1 goal is not good enough. There's someone I follow on Twitter called Al Foreign. Impressionist Al is his tag. And he says, most certain things in life, debt, taxes, Diego Dalot getting into goal-scoring opportunities and blasting the ball over the net. I mean, it's amazing how often that happens, unfortunately. I like Dalot, but we do need to improve that side. Diego Leon. Here's one, actually, for us. Happiness playing regularly. 1 goal, 1 assist, 28 appearances, 6.8. Okay. Harry Amas has the potential to do well as well. Aiden Heaven is 31 games. Good. Kenneth Elkhorn. Nice, actually. 3-3. Should be doing better, but that's not the worst. Chibi. 8 appearances, 1 assist, 4 goals. He should be performing a lot more for them. Fair enough. I am half tempted, honestly, when the game screws you like that and doesn't use the loanee, to use the in-game editor and terminate the loan. Genuinely. Because it's bull crap that it doesn't do it. But he's improving, so we'll leave him there for now. Goddu has been doing well. Has he improved at all? Good. Good. He should be good first when he comes back, so hopefully. Is he ready to get into our team? Maybe not. Christoph Kops, the USA man, another one. Is he doing better than Godot? Really? Ooh. That adds an interesting spice to the broth. That's fascinating. Sure, unfortunately, Julian Deville is a sell-on if I've ever seen one. He just hasn't been good enough. He hasn't improved enough. He's a sell-on if I've ever seen one. And then Shea Al-Wade, our Balerian, is improving nicely for a 19-year-old. He does need an improvement from Stoke. We do need to send him to maybe someone in the first division of the Spanish league, something a bit more than that. We'll end up having to see, but he does need something. Ooh, so Ollie Watkins hasn't scored against United in 11 appearances. That's fascinating. That's a fascinating stat. Yeah, this is going to go to halftime at 0-0, and I have the distinct feeling, based on what I've been saying, that it's going to remain that way. I know it's probably the way in an awful lot of spots, but I genuinely think the elevated pitch at Old Trafford is dangerous. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks it. Maybe I'm out of my mind for thinking it, but like that is such a drop-off when you're running towards the edge of that goddamn pitch. That I've never seen anyone come to the edge of the pitch and not just go, whee! You know? By the way, Elia performing after being injured for the past 3 games is insanely annoying. Yeah, interesting. Lots of stuff to look at. Willie has finally gotten his French start. Nice. That's awesome. Willie's been performing good for us. It's what we want to see. I'm shocked Francesco got a start for Italy. We're at the point now where Francesco might actually need to start getting game time over Ferguson because Ferguson just hasn't been performing good enough. So we have to consider that. This season, we've gotten rid of 40 million quid's worth of debt. So although we're in the red, we're 270 million in the red, we're getting rid of our debt, which I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's good. I am slightly concerned that I mean, at 18, you kind of have to consider him, don't you? I am slightly concerned that we're heading towards financial insolvency. But the game says that I'm okay, so I'll believe the game for now. Finances has always been something in Football Manager that has confused the bollock off of me. I've never been able to understand how the finances in this game work. To be fair, it's not the only other thing that bothers me either. Like, some of these stats don't make any sense for their potentials. Andreas at 22. Okay, my man. I mean, you're not worth 85 million quid, but wow. Who is the Chelsea squad manager? It's Jose Mourinho again. Okay. It would be awesome to get Nuno. It would be awesome to get Nuno. There's not a single chance in hell we could afford it. Even though I have 187 million quid of transfer. Somehow. Josko Vardiel to Liverpool. Really, Liverpool? I mean, each to their own, I suppose. Kimmich is coming up at his contract too next year. We might try it if it works out. I figured we might have waited too long to look at these. Yeah, because there's no one really worth going for. Marquinhos would probably be the only one, and we don't really need him. And there's no one really with potential that's worth going for either in terms of the expiring contracts. Now, the position we need more than anything else is goalkeeper. We need Lucas Chevalier is the best goalkeeper in the world, because of course he bloody is. He'd be better than Edison, but not by much. Genuinely, there's no good goalkeepers. It's actually kind of shocking that there's no good goalkeepers out there. We need to hope that one of Quentin and Hardley actually end up getting into good nick, because we need them to bloody pump up. Genuinely, like, but hey, that's future worries. So maybe someone will pop out of the ether that might be somewhat good, but not at the moment. Wow, Dominic Calvert-Lewin failed to put Leeds in the lead against Palace. Ooh, that's bad for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. That's very, very bad. Wow. Leeds are a man down in the whole lot. Goodmanson ended up getting a red card there for a second yellow, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin missing a penalty. Wow. And Nottingham Forest versus Fulham. A draw in that game is not a good result for Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest need to win this game. And they're not performing great at the moment, based on the stats there. Although based on the stats, the United Villa game is equal, and I don't think that's the case either. Okay. Reece James injured, huh? That's surprising. I hope Ilya's back for this FA Cup game versus Chelsea. I suppose there's the question to be asked of which do you go stronger for, the FA Cup quarter-final or Barcelona's first leg versus us? Probably Barcelona, since it is at home and that's your advantage to get a bit of a step ahead. Youth players, huh? I genuinely don't know if it's worth scouting any of these books, because you do have to scout all of them, but you do also have to go into them each manually because you can't click all of them here in order to scout them. Like you can go right click and just click scout, but I don't think it's actually worth it, so I'm not going to bother. If I miss a starlet by deciding not to check that, then I miss a starlet, sadly. I'm going to let myself miss a starlet. Because I can't be arsed. I can't be arsed going through that, getting all that information and getting it come true. It's a waste of money at the waste of time. I think, anyway. And Chelsea, yeah, well, doesn't surprise me that Alex Jimenez is the choice, or that really want Rashford back in. I should probably bring Rashford back in. I'll probably put him on the bench. Just to, out of spite more than anything else. Ooh, okay. This I don't like. This I don't like because I should, in theory, go through all of these and scout every single one of them. How are you number 45? So Nathan the Cat has 1, makes sense. He's been performing awesome. Saba has 2, makes sense. He's been performing awesome. Ebenezer has been very good whenever he's come on, so I'm not that shocked by that. Okay, so David, we need to give a full scout to. Matthias Albert, we have been scouting. He looks interesting. 29 million quid at 18 years of age. He might be worth going for the signing. We haven't decided yet. Norbert Ugalda, never checked him, so let's scout you. Although that price tag already puts him out of the equation for us. ATM, which is in Brazil. So we have a Brazilian here who could be an interesting poke for us if we can get him. Then Eze, Karen Dogne, who wouldn't be my cup of tea now, if I'm honest. I'm far more strict and mean on the 19-year-olds. Now, Murillo, we've been looking at for a bit, but that is the problem. At one point, we almost signed him, but, you know, what can you do? Ooh, another potential defender in Fabrice Lecornier. That's French if I've ever seen it. Hamad Van Doren. Well, some of these names are, you know, a stereotype of what you think would be the name for where they're from. Lucas Bugsman, which actually doesn't sound Belgium at all. Although I don't know much about Belgium, so that might be me being stereotypical. In fact, it's more than likely me being stereotypical. Rio. There's not a iota's chance in hell we'd be able to get him. Oh, fuck it, they'd sell him to us too. That's fascinating. I mean, we'll put him on the short list just in case he ever ends up coming free, but he won't. Luca Williams Barnett. Holy crap, Luca. What? There's no way that's right. I was thinking there's no way 20 million was right for him. That seemed way too good for 20 million. Abel. Scout. Christoph is Auerbach. Dan's Batez, who is a Barca boy, which means he costs an arm and a leg to get out, but we'll have a gawk. Andreas. I'd get Andreas just for that hair, if I'm honest. Alfredo Riveras. Let's scout and do that. Kevin Bravo, Atletico Madrid, scout again. So Atletico Madrid have two big guns there, potentially. A striker and a defender. I'll look through the rest of these in a minute. I'm just going to quickly have a loo break, so I will be right back, my friends. Just bear with me. Well, apologies about that, my friends. I have returned. What's a crack-a-lackin'? Pleasure to be back at it. Pleasure to be at the gun. Pleasure to continue to look at the XG's top 50 of potential snipes that we will end up trying to go for. Because when a game ends up giving you liquid gold, you might as well mine it. Even if it does take an unusually long amount of time, and most of the results are shy. But, you know, you might as well gawk. I do love how often the Brazilian League ends up bringing monsters to the fray. I will say, annoyingly, when it comes down to the Brazilian League, although they have nice release clauses and the whole lot, I have had a lot of trouble developing players from the Brazilian League, much to my chagrin. They don't develop great. Normally, Victor Rushk, who's one of the players in our particular squad there, who isn't a non-factor youth that just randomly popped up and is the brilliance you expect to see. But normally he ends up popping up a lot more than how he is in this particular save. But like Rasmus Højlund has started to do so, hopefully if we just target him a bit more in his training, he'll end up improving. So I'm going to look at him directly after this and see whether or not we can get any maximum improvements out of him. Benfica boy. Interesting. A Portuguese boy. Interesting. Unfortunately, at 19, those stats don't intrigue me enough to go after him. This is where I become quite a snob, sadly. Ali Pragda, another one we'll end up checking. A Turkey boy. Okay. I'd love, there's a couple of nationalities in terms of football that I love getting to come true on a save. Like if I can at all possible, I love having one Irish player on the squad that's very, very good. For me, in this particular case, it's Evan Ferguson. It's ironically the reason why I've been keeping on with the save as long as I have to. I adore Evan Ferguson as a concept, as Ireland's next big talent, even though unfortunately he's probably not going to be. So I like that to be the case. The other nationality I really like to see come true is Japanese, because Japan has such a rich culture of history when it comes down to football, and they haven't had great development in football in the last wee while. Not through their lack of trying, because they're putting a lot more funding into actual football itself, but it's just one of those ones where I like to see it. And there's been very few breakthroughs in Korea when it comes down to football as well. So every now and again, if I spot a good Korean player, I'll end up bringing over him. It's kind of the reason why at Real Madrid, we took the player that's at PSG. I cannot for the life of me remember his name, but we had one of those players from PSG in our squad. That's where he currently is. Kim something, and he was there, and although he wasn't particularly good, I liked giving him a go and hoping that he would end up improving, just to give the showcase and the attempt and the hope that he'd end up improving. But then again, in that FM24 save, I got blessed that Jason O'Connor ended up spawning. I just got a goalkeeper that was cracko-jacked at Liverpool. Cracko-jacked. Jason O'Connor is by far the best youth I've ever managed to get or develop. Now, this is one that concerns me a bit. Kenneth is in Ajax now, so he's getting good development, but he's not improving enough for my centre defensive midfield position. So we need to hope that this improves more. But we'll end up playing him next season anyway if Nathan the Cat doesn't just blow him out of the water, which he has been doing. Hopefully that injury doesn't affect Nathan too badly. Saba as well will hopefully improve on both of these points here, but he is left side, so we need to hope that that continues to end up happening. Yeah, like Eris Poin is one we'll probably have to consider going for now and nicking from Stoke, especially if some of these come back as green. This one here, like the fact that he's already at that, improve, like makes me happy. Brentford, try and rob him from Brentford. Yang Jae-yong of South Korea. Okay, we'll have a gawk and see. We could always use more defenders. Oh! God, Martinez, what a save. Oh, what a save. Bruno with a brilliant pass to Mbeumo. Mbeumo with a brilliant shot and just extremely powerful hands by Martinez. Unbelievable. But it's a corner now. So... Casemiro, you beauty. Oh, Casemiro, you beauty, you beauty, you beauty. United, 1-0 up. Absolutely beautiful. As I was saying earlier on, genuinely, I still think if United can do everything in your power to convince him to sign on for one more season. Beautiful by Casemiro. And again, what Duck was saying earlier on is coming out true. Set piece United, because set piece, we scored off of a corner, but who gives a shite? A goal is a goal is a goal. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. If only I could do a corner like that in FM. We'd have won some of the games that we lost. But genuinely beautiful to see. 1-0 up for United now. Okay. So can we keep this now? Hopefully we just stay focused. They're offering me less than the last deal they gave. The cheek of these tits. There you go. You can give me that, or you can look for a new manager. Fair enough. Like, can you see what the salaries of other managers are, by the way? That's actually something I've never done before. So, like, Pep is at Arsenal now. Pep Guardiola. Can we see what his salary is? Yeah, like, look at his salary. Like, look at his salary. Like, if he's on that... And, like, I'm giving phenomenal performances as well. United are being bonkersly cheap. Like, the big example will be Thomas Frank. Spurs. I mean, true, but they've been offering me that for a while, so who knows? Maybe we'll continue on this save, leaving leaving United and continuing on. It's like Thomas Frank is on 115. They were offering me less than Frank, so we'll see. Okay, so we've done all of our scouting bits there, so that's fine. I don't know what's going on with the game at the moment, that for some reason it's tracking weird. Singles out Rodri. Yeah, because City, you're going to have a problem beating Cheltenham, aren't they? God, I love EDM. God, I love EDM. Genuinely love EDM so much. I want to go to a good EDM festival or a good EDM nightclub. I don't know any in Ireland that are like a good proper EDM nightclub, but I don't want to do it on my own either. I'd love to end up getting with a crew and doing that. But it's something I'd love to do at some point in time, is going to a good EDM bloody festival where everything is, you know, out and about and, you know, grand and, you know, all of that stuff. That'd be a future goal. Anyways, we have Chelsea now. I am going to do something stupid. Risky and stupid. We're going to play Quinton. Now, here's actually a question. Do we play Quinton or do we play Hardley? So can you do comparisons? Okay, so we're going to do Hardley and Quinton. Hardley is blue. Quinton is green. He's better at shot stop. Oh, we just go with Hardley. Eccentricity is the only thing that he's better at. We go with Hardley for now. Although Charlie has, even though he's played 8 games, he's conceded in every single one. To be fair, both of them have conceded in... Okay, pick a number between 1 and 6 in the dice roller that I end up having in the Discord. I'm going to roll a d6. If it's between, you pick your number and I'll tell you what ends up happening. 4. Okay, so if it's 4, I'll let you pick. If it's above, 5, if it's 5 or 6, it's Charlie. If it's 1, 2, or 3, it's Quinton. So I'm going to roll a d6. 1 d6. Why did Dice Roller not respond? You absolute wanker. Oh, God damn it. Okay, for some reason my Dice Roller app is broken. Let's see if we can fix it, and if it doesn't fix, then that's fine. We'll be grand. Roll a dice. 1 d6. You rolling now? No, the application didn't respond. Okay, screw it. D6 roller. Fuck me! That's insane. Give me a second and I'll show you. That's actually kind of bonkers. Actually kind of bonkers. For those of you that know how typically rules end up working in the world, you'll know exactly what's ended up happening. And Duck has probably already guessed what has ended up happening, but at the same point in time. So go on, Senior Duck. Which one of the two of them do we pick? That's bonkers. There was literally a bloody 1 in 6 chance of that happening. Like, you literally had a 16.66% chance of that happening. That is honestly bonkers. Well, actually, I think the way the statistics works, after you choose it, it immediately ends up going up. So you might have actually had closer to 25% chance of that happening, but it's still very funny. No, you don't just have the luck, Senior Duck. You also have the power! And we're not going too weak here, so we're actually going to keep this lineup here with the slight change that Jimenez's ass is being sent back to the Shadow Realm. And we're going to go with Lenny Yoro. We're going to go with Willie Kwambwala up there. We're going to go with Saba on the bench. So we're going to go Willie, Yoro, Zimbrani, Cucurella, Angelo Stellar, Menu. Angelo Stellar, Bruno. No, actually, we're not. Bruno in the middle. We're going to take Ahmad. Oh, shit. How are you fit? Okay, fine. Brian Mbwemu on the left. We're going to bring you Victor Rushk on the left, Brian Mbwemu on the right, Bruno in the middle, and Rasmus Hoyland up front. We're going to go with Ahmad and Nico Paz there on the bench in order to come on should we need them. We are going to go with Rasmus up front because he's performed okay. Evan Ferguson's probably not touching the goddamn pitch because Benjamin Sesko will come on instead. Actually, never mind. Benjamin Sesko on instead. Okay. Fuck it, Ferguson. You're not getting the goal. So we're going to go Rashford off. Rashford on and Ferguson off. As much as I kind of don't want to do that. Senior Karen, my friend, what is a crack-a-lackin'? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going spashy with you today, my friend? I hope the crack is treating you 90. United are 1-0 up versus Villa. So I am currently ecstatic. Let's hope that maintains. And we can ride this. Never mind. Fucking Ross Barkley. Shh. This is what I get for being happy. Really bad defensive clearance work by us, by the way. It was just bad defensive clearance work by us. Although it bounced off of someone offside. Yeah, that should be offside. It bounced off of number 28. It touched him. Or 24. It's a rough offside if it happens. It's a rough offside, but by the letter of the law, I think that's offside. It bossed off of Onana. It bossed off of Amadou Onana. I think that's offside because it bounced off of him, and he's offside. I'd be given that as offside. I am, Karen. At the moment, we're still doing it. We're now going into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup versus Chelsea. We ended up losing to Spurs in the Carabao Cup final, and we lost to City at the start of this stream. So we're currently 3 points behind Spurs. So as sad as things are, I might be coming down to the factor of giving Spurs a Premier League title. So let's hope we can convert that. That's horseshit. They're making the goals stand. I mean, unfortunate that. I don't think that's right. I don't think that goal should stand. But hey, To each their own, I suppose. I genuinely don't think that should stand. I think that's offside. But that's other topics. For now, we continue on and see how we do versus Chelsea. You never know the fingernails with VAR. Yeah, I mean, it's rough. It would have been rough for Aston Villa not to have gotten that goal, to be fair. I can understand the principle of Villa that by the technical letter of the law, in my opinion, that's an offside. Because he's up front, he's offside when the ball is passed over to him before the shot takes place. He's offside then when the ball ends up hitting him. In my opinion, that's offside. But hey, as if my opinion bloody matters, I'm not paid by VAR. A draw isn't a bad result for us, by the way, for United IRL. But we'll see what ends up happening. That's hilarious. Someone I follow on X, United Trey. That's his tag, by the way. UTD Trey, TREY, has turned around and says United have been robbed. They want Arsenal to win the league, which is hilarious, but still. In my opinion, that should have been disallowed. But hey, there's 26, over 25 minutes left. All United have to do now is come back into it and potentially score. Anyways, we're going up against Chelsea, who still have the unfortunate distinction of having Flip Jorgensen and Robert Sanchez as their goalkeeper, even with their manager being Jose Mourinho, Trevor Chalobah, Wesley Fofana, Levi Colwill, and Lucas Shaw, who he sold to them. Moise Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, Key Schmidt, who they robbed in our attempt to end up getting him, Cole Palmer, Alejandro Garnacho, and Liam Delap. By the way, is that racist? That's probably one of the best I've done in a while, mind you. But, yeah. I'm doing a hashtag United save. Happy out, my friend. So what does hashtag... how far down are hashtag United, by the way? Because I know they're an actual club. Hashtag United FC. And they have a fairly good logo. A semi-professional team in Essex of England. They're currently in the Ishmaeli Premier League. I have no idea how far down the bloody pyramid that is. I genuinely have no idea how far down the... You could be a bit more descriptive and say tier 7. They have a 3,500 seat arena in tier 7? That's not bad. That's not bad for a tier 7 club. They have a really good logo, to be fair. But yeah, no, happy out. I know the Sidemen have done stuff with hashtag United in the past. But yeah, interesting. I wonder if they'll ever include that into the game. You know, going that low down. So, apologies for that schizo freak, but hey, the joys. I mean, if there's enough interest in it, Duck, it wouldn't shock me for them to do it. Sports Interactive have done stupider crap. Oh no, Villa are back in this game. You can feel it in every play they're doing. They're far more dangerous than they were in the first half. You can tell it. You can feel it in every play that's doing. Although I do agree with Academy Scoop. Why isn't Sesko coming on now? Anyways, focus. FA Cup. We are the defending. No, we aren't actually. We want to end up getting this. I think the only thing we won last season was the Champions League. So we need to... Oh! What a run! Yeah! I got them to that with back-to-back promotions 5 times. Happy out, my friend. So you're in League 2 now. Happy out with that. Have you gotten a stadium build yet? Because in League 2, 3,000 is a little small. You probably do need a brand new stadium in order to meet the financial requirements of League 2 and above. Or wait until you're in League 1, potentially. But like you want to be at least on 10k for the championship, and that was... You picked a goalkeeper who bottled duck. I mean, we knew it was risky putting Quinton in, but that was a horrible mistake by Mark Cucurella and a horrible attempt at saving by Quinton. But hey, Quinton pulls off a fine save there, at least. Can we get one back immediately? That would be awesome. Menu to Ilya. Ilya to Mark Cucurella. Victor. Up and Sheshko! To be frank, Kieran, the changes they have made to the update haven't affected me. I haven't really touched them, and thankfully, maybe I've given it enough time. But maybe I've given it enough time. But it isn't. I haven't had any issues. The game hasn't attempted to crash on me or anything like that. So she's running smooth enough as things stand. So I can't complain about it. But like the extra element they ended up adding in that broke. No, International's not in it. International won't be in it for a while. What the update they did was when you go into team instructions here, you can click on... Oh, I'm not updated. Okay, so I'm not updated for some weird reason, even though I done the update, I don't have the latest build. Okay, fair enough. Basically, what the update did is here in the team instructions, you can change the position of a player in this section instead of having to go back to team shape and move them. Weirdly, I'm not on the latest build. I have no idea why. So it's funny that you mentioned that, Kieran. I'm going to have to, after the stream, figure out why I'm a build behind. I don't particularly care because I have no intentions of using that feature. Like, it's a nice little bloody variety spice of life for people that are big into the tactical analysis of this game. But genuinely, I don't think it was that much of an improvement. And it breaking databases is hilarious. Sheshko's coming on to the pitch. Nice. Guys, we have to bloody be more accurate. We have the higher XG, but we're just not performing good enough here. If this was in the Premier League, I'd be concerned. Cucurella might have to come off in a minute. Cucurella. Okay. Shout at them to demand more. 19 in Buemo for Brian Sheshko. I mean, you could have done a different change there, but hey, whatever works. Chalaba to Palmer to Chalaba. Caicedo, Fofana to Colwell. Shaw. Garnacho. This screams like they're going to score. Victor Fushk. No, and Quinton with a hell of a save. Yoro to Kwambwala to Mbuemu. Okay, and now we make our changes. Well, Cucurella's coming off for Saba. Mbuemu's coming off for Ahmad. Victor, even though he's been the best player on the pitch, Victor will stay on for a bit. Bruno will move back for Menu, and Menu will come off for Paz. And Sesko's been performing okay, so we'll continue with that. And we'll hope that we get something out of this, that these changes, which will effectively make our left-hand side more uniform and the right-hand attacking element more uniform, end up working. Set piece, work it into the box, speed, past there, both flanks, shorter, quick distribution. Change that to floated, down there, down there, down there. Play it true, less counter-attacking, and go really wide and see if this helps us. Change this to ultra-attacking too. At 80 minutes, we have to try and go for the death nail. Okay, I'll give myself 5 minutes changing this, and if this doesn't work, then we change to the back tree. But no, international football's not in the game, and I don't think it's planned to be into the game until around the World Cup period. I don't think they're adding it in until then. Okay. We have to take the risk. We have to take the risk. We have to take the risk. Okay. As much as I do not want to take this risk, I think we have to. Ahmad's been performing shite, because of course he has. Comes onto the pitch and puts up a fucking stinker. Paz has been performing bad since he came on. Sesko's not performing great now, so Sesko off for Erasmus. And we're not, we don't have anyone. So, yeah. Gibson for Kwambwala, and hope that we have a final moment of brilliance to get a break with Chelsea. This is an FA Cup match, so it's not the end of the world if it goes to a draw point, but Ahmad to Willie to Stellar loses it to João Pedro far too easily. Palmer, Willie Kwambwala, Sesko. Oh my God, Paz! Oh, Paz isn't going to get a better opportunity than that. Go, Paz! Never fucking mind! Oh. Wow, according to this, Bruno Fernandes is about to break Kevin De Bruyne and Thierry Henry's assist record. Oh, is it? Oh, okay, can't wait to see this. Who scored it? Okay. 37. I hope Chelsea don't score in mine. Good. Okay, so we won our game versus Chelsea. Euro up to Delo to Cunha, Bruno down there to Cunha up. Nobody there. Bad mistake. Sesko, you beauty. Oh my God, Sesko, you beauty. That's what you want in a striker, to never give up, turn around and put it back. The man is on fire. That is absolutely beautiful to see. Genuinely, that's beautiful to see. I do fear for Sesko that he's going to be hampered by the tag that he's an impact sub. I don't think it's true. I think he can play like that when he's on the pitch as well. But beautiful that we're 3-1 up. I was wrong at halftime where I thought we wouldn't score, where I thought this game had the feeling of a draw. But genuinely, the work that it takes Sesko to do, the pressure that ends up having with having 5 defenders there. Yes, he gets a bit of deflection, but who gives a crap? 16 assists in a single season. He bested David Beckham's record, Bruno Fernandes. That was 15. So Bruno Fernandes is United's best ever assister in a season. I think the best assister is technically Scholes. Oh yeah, Marc Cucurella was formerly Chelsea before they terminated him, and we signed him. Yeah. Although he had a bad performance, so. Ooh, Sesko, considering the amount of games we have left, Sesko might end up getting to double digits, which, to be fair, for United striker is good. They just lost. Chelsea enjoying life with Mourinho, even though they just lost. Hey, let's hope this doesn't end. Let's hope that we score more goals. Bloody hell, go for it if we can. Score more. Because like it's only a 2-goal margin, and as is always the case.
Shut up.
Don't you forget,
you
ain't won yet.
Stuart, my friend, what is a crack-a-lackin'? Yes, United are doing well. 3-1 up. Matthias Cunha doing excellent work earlier on. Bloody Benjamin Sesko with an amazing forward goal. That's what you want to see from a forward to end up getting a goal like that. The effort it takes when you're under that amount of pressure to go around your the defenders and continue to go on. Yeah, you got help with a deflection, but who cares? Beautiful to end up seeing. And then Casemiro with a phenomenal header in a corner. I genuinely think if United can get it at anyways decent price, go and give Casemiro a 1-year contract. I know he said he's leaving, and you know those type of players don't like to go back on that, but genuinely I think they should do it. For those of you that haven't done so, by the way, I don't know how often he's doing it now, but Stuart is a gent and an absolute scholar around the community of One Enter AI. But he does stream himself every now and again. So, you know, give him an old follow in case he ends up going live. Because he's a gas bit of crack. He's always up for the conversation and has been decently sound to me whenever I ended up going on to the game. In fact, he is the one who ended up giving me the base for this formation, which I have tweaked in elements since. And it's doing well. It's still nice to have my old school formation when shit hits the fan and we need to get a goal like we did versus Chelsea. But the crack is 90 when Stuart ends up giving you some of his tactical excellence. It's just this one works a lot better versus players. No bother. Then in that case, give the man a follow. Give the man a follow in case any of you are interested in going on to EAFC. I have tried to get him to go to a therapist for this disease that is him playing EAFC. You know, he could be differentiating himself and going for, you know, football manager like this, or he could be an absolute tit like me and purchase 5 games only to be playing 2 of them in a while. Like I bought Helldivers, I've only played it once, need to play it again, but I want to play that with people. I have Arc Raiders, which I've been playing since I streamed it. I actually really like Arc Raiders. I'll be doing that again in the future. I need to get back to Kingdom Hearts. Want to get back to Blasphemous. Fuck, I have so many games. Anyway, so it's other people's fault you're going to bottle the title. Fuck off, duck. No, it's my fault that I'm going to bottle the title. It's not even my fault I'm going to bottle the title. You need to give context on that one, duck. It's not that I'm going to bottle the title. It's that I'm going to bottle the title to fucking Spurs. Let me know when you're on Arc, bro. I'll run with you Happily, man. In fact, Stuart, if you're up for it, and I don't know how your SVL and the whole lot is going. I'm planning on doing it tomorrow evening from 8:30, 9 o'clock GMT our time. So if you have any interest in doing duos and ARC tomorrow evening, you're more than free to join, because that's what I plan on streaming tomorrow evening. That or WWE 2K26. But we'll see. Ooh, it's nice to see the youth doing well, even if Thomas got sent off. But yeah, a couple of minutes left. United will end. If United getting this win here versus Villa, in my opinion, guarantees us almost. Well, it doesn't guarantee us. There's still enough of a range in between, but to me, pretty much guarantees us Champions League football, in my opinion. Because, like, we're going to be in third there. I suspect with the games that we have left, I suspect we should beat Leeds. I suspect we should, with the way they're playing, beat Sunderland. I suspect we should beat Forest. I think in the last game of the season, even though it's at Brighton, we should beat Brighton. I think there's enough in the tank for us to get Champions League football. But with that being said, it's still tight. It's still tight, so you never bloody know. But yes, Stuart, I'll definitely end up giving you that message and we'll see what ends up happening. Okay, over there. Beautiful passing work by some of the United players. The passing has gotten a lot better this half by United than it was last half, which is good to see. Because in the last half, United were mixed in how good their passing was. An awful lot of their long passes were a bit too direct to the foot instead of ahead, in my opinion. So, you know, there's that. The fact, too, that Bruno has 8 games left to potentially beat Kevin De Bruyne and Thierry Henry's assist record is kind of bonkers. He's already United's best ever assister in a season, so there has to be a better way of saying that, by the way, other than assister. But yeah. I suspect, based on how this game has gone, that the fourth official is going to give roughly 6 minutes of added time. Which I think is horseshit, mind you, but I suspect it's going to be 6 minutes. Oh, he is. Like, to be honest, I was having this conversation with someone there, but that's bad. Okay, passes out injured. I was having this conversation with someone there recently, and I realize every person will have their own opinion on this one, because it could be Luis Diaz, or not. Yeah, but he was actually a January one. It could be Luis Diaz. It could be Virgil van Dijk. It could be Coutinho. But I genuinely think that Bruno Fernandes might be the Premier League's best January signing. I genuinely think it. I genuinely think he might be the Premier League's best January transfer signing. I don't know who I would put above him. Like, I know it's a heavy crown to wear the hat, because an awful lot of people will end up turning around saying that. Like, Vidic was a January transfer signing, and which to me Vidic is better than Virgil van Dijk, but we can argue that conversation. But, like, there's a lot of really good January transfer signings, but I genuinely think Bruno's up there for consideration to be the... Oh, no! Emmanuel Agate is coming onto the pitch! Oh, fuck! Oh, no! Squeaky bum time for 6 minutes. Gary Neville's complaining that the substitution's even been done. But, I mean, you have to take Casemiro off at this point, to be fair. I probably would have went with one of the Utes though. If I'm honest, I probably would have put Mount on. It's 8. The fourth official gave 8 minutes. The tit. But beautiful. I mean, that third goal has shot the heart of Villa. Villa looked dead. Like, Villa looked on the second goal like they had a chance. They just score after me saying that. Imagine, you're about to say Emmanuel Agate scored, did you? No. I don't know what the 3 dots are for, Doc. Fucking explain! Don't be increasing my blood pressure. Don't be increasing my blood pressure. I don't have alcohol beside me. Well, actually, that's a lie. I do have alcohol beside me, but I do need to drive later on, so. Aw, Quinton can't get his game. That's a shame. Quinton actually performed good in that last game, so. Fuck, do we give Hardy a go? Oh, it's Barca at home. We don't take the risk. We don't take the risk. I want to give Hardy the go, but we don't take the risk. We're not that stupid. We're stupid, but we're not that stupid. We just don't do it. We just don't do it. We're stupid, but we're not that stupid. Griffith, who we just signed. Ferguson, who's there. You're tired. Shabazz is dead. You are there. You're dead. Fine, Camrata and Ferguson. Ricketts is there. Sorry, Camrata. Anyway, we're stupidly sexy, not stupidly daft. Yes, because I am stupid sexy Craic. It broke again, didn't it? Oh, this piece of fucking software. Up, there, connect. Yay, stupid sexy Craic. I love how that came out, by the way. I know that's such like me being mean to myself, but I love how that bloody came out. Okay, so we're going to, as much as I don't want to play him, we're going to go Alex Jimenez. And Cucurella isn't actually fit for this, so ironically, Camrata's getting onto the pitch anyways. Because we're going to put Saba on there. But Griffin's... No, because Willie is there. Okay, fair enough. Because we have Ricketts there. Okay, cool. Edison, Alex Jimenez, Lenny Yoro, Lenny Sambrana, Saba Karababashi, Angelo Stellar, Menu, Mbuemu, Bruno, Victor, and Sesko. And we do actually need to make one more change because Victor Ruck is still on the team and is injured. So Nico Paz is gone. And here we are. Rashford on the bench. Victor played well on the left the last time. So we go with this. Give us a save. We go into Old Trafford for the first of 2 rounds versus Barcelona. And we hope that we're able to give ourselves a good showcase against him now. Another 2 minutes left of this game before we finish up and get a nice 3-1 win versus Villa. I still think the intensity was off a bit in this game, if I'm honest. But it's still nice to see that it's going somewhat well with the way that we're playing. It definitely increased in the second half. I know Gate hasn't done anything stupid either, which is good in the bloody 8 minutes that he's been on the pitch. Of course, Gary Neville chose Bruno Fernandes as the man of the match. Ooh, Maguire's have to get in the card on Morgan Gibbs Rogers. That isn't a problem, but if he gets suspended, then it could become a problem because we don't, well, Martinez is meant to be back for Bournemouth. Okay, cool. I mean, we must remember there's still enough time for Villa to actually do something stupid here and get back into this goddamn game with the way the Premier League is. Because, like, even though it's 8 minutes, it could go much, much more. I love that Bastian Schweinsteiger actually has such a great time for United. He's posting there the image of Carrick and the whole lot saying DNA and United. But it genuinely is. He wasn't even at United that long, but him just going, you know, like that to United is beautiful. Your wrestling stream has infiltrated my Twitch recommendation viewers. Have a hunk of men with 7 viewers with title Daddy is here being recommended. Well, baby boy, I'm happy to have your recommendations filled with big meaty men slapping me. I have way too many bloody channel points. I wish there was a way for me to find them easier. Yeah, this. Say that the Craic sent you along if you do, my friend. Okay, they have Hector Fort there. If I could, I would have loved to have robbed him from them, but he's going to cost way too much now. Their biggest thing there is Juan Garcia might be their weakness, but we'll end up seeing Ter Stegen's retiring at the end of the season. But they have a hell of a bench in the whole lot, and it's Hansi Flick. How did they not score? How did Villa not score there? The one time you don't want the ball to stop dead. But hey, 3-1, United 3, Aston Villa 1. The odds of top 4, the odds of Champions League football, the odds of United having a good season next year by having European football is still alive. So I think the only thing we can do is in our European football match as the champions of Europe is go in and give Barcelona a walloping. I do actually want, funnily enough, us to get some goals out of this and have a bit of a buffer, because if we do, I'm going to play hardly in the next game. Arsenal versus Real Madrid as well, which is fascinating. That's a fascinating set of games there. So we'll see what ends up happening with them quarterfinals. It's not showing me the other round of the quarterfinals, but who cares? We're starting off okay, even if we're not getting the shots on target, which is majorly concerning. They'll probably score from the first shot. Pedri to Kumara. Buemo keeping the press. We're forcing them back, which is good. Pau, Julia, Lamal, up there to Rafinha. And oh, Edison. Oh. Heart beating there, my friends. Jimenez to Victor Rushk. And she stops before we are able to get anything. So we might need to change this to play for set pieces. Just so that that's included in. Because we tend to be more accurate when we do that. And Buemu back down there, but no work, no love. Out there, and Lamine Yamal putting into a lot of pressure to us. Kunde, straight through. Whoa! God, that would have been a Busquets Awards goal if Lewandowski had gotten that. It's funny because we're staying an hour and a half, even though we've had more shots. But we have had 5 corners, and again, the bloody set-piece coach isn't doing the right thing for us. No love from the set-piece coach. All of the highlights, them too. Yeah, bloody, I need to check what age he is. He must be damn near 40. But, like, he's still one of the best strikers in the game. Mbeumo! Oh, you could have passed that back faster. Should have passed that back faster. Never mind, could have. Rafinha to Gavi. Hector Fort. Mbeumo. Beautiful. Beautiful Sesko. Victor Rushk. Victor! And Sesko not able to get on it. Good pass by Victor, but just not able to get on it right there. Just a little bit too slow by Sesko. Alex Sesko! Absolutely beautiful. And Alex Jimenez, you might have refurbished your chances with the fucking team after howlers. They have given us a prospect of you coming back into the position that you looked like you could have had when we scouted you and got you for 15 million. I saw him win the Ballon d'Or at 38 in an older FM. Well, he's like, the thing with strikers like him is when you have players with that many, with that good of stats, they just don't get bad. Like even Casemiro, when we ended up having him in this, was still bonkersly good at the age when we let him go. I have a stigma with old players. It's been a thing for years. Baby, we're on fire. I peaked the mic. We're on fire. I have to be careful about peaking the mic. Oh, can we get tons of goals out of this? Can we get more goals out of this before they come back? I really want to. If we're 4-0 up, Hardley's playing the next game. Nice. Saba takes it there. Edison to Yoro. Yoro to Stellar. Need to be careful there of that card. That could change everything if we're not careful. Victor. Rushk. Oh, that would have been a hell of a goal. Oh, we seem to have the fire in our stomach for the goal here today. Lewandowski. God, when your best defender is your striker, you know something is wrong! Oh my God, what defensive malfeasance, my Barca. This has been a perfect half. That's incredible. Wow. Just wow. Do you blame that on John Garcia? Do you blame that on their goalkeeper? You kind of have to a bit. Don't you? That's unbelievable. I feel sorry for Victor because that's not a 6.4 performance. It's not a 6.4 performance, but 6.4, we're not taking the risk. You have to come off. So Rashford is being given his chance. Sesko is playing good, so we shouldn't take him off. But he's tired enough that we'll be able to use him in the next game. So we'll take him off and we'll give Ferguson one last go with the mood we're in. Those two changes shouldn't make too much of a difference, and Ferguson should perform good. If Ferguson scores below a 6.6, he's benched. Simple as. He's getting a Rashford and he's getting an Alex Jimenez and he's benched for a bit. He cannot come back into this game 3-0 up with us performing the way that we are and perform bad. He can't do it. But to be fair, they're after making 3 subs themselves, so, you know, the complexion of the game is entirely different. A half is a half and it makes the difference. And if we can score 3, they can score 3. So Rashford keeps the ball. Offside. You're not starting yourself off well, Rashford, are you? Frankie de Jong. Is de Jong in defence? No, he's not. Okay. He's just really deep. Rafinha to Gavi. Frankie de Jong. Hector Fort. Edison should have been more on that one. That's a really, really bad defensive play by Edison. The game is blaming Garcia for that situation there too. He's on a 6.2. Yeah, the fire that was in our stomach in the first half seems to be dying out quite a lot, doesn't it? Lenny Yoro. Good there. Yoro to Jimenez. To Mbuemu. Back to Stellar. Manu. Ferguson to Rashford. Oh, how? Oh, that's tight. Oh, that's very tight. That's unfortunate on Rashford. That's just properly unfortunate on Rashford. Heavy is that shot. Okay, Bruno. To Jimenez. To Bruno. Down. And João. Not a great header by Manu, but Manu could have gotten a second one there. Rafinha. Edison with a good save. Nice. The fact that we're doing kind of basketball football is interesting as well. Danny Olmo having a bad performance. I'm surprised he hasn't been taken off the pitch yet. Rafinha down. Karabashi doing well. Ferguson, you can't be making that type of mistake. Okay, Rashford and Ferguson are both kind of falling. Kind of both falling, sadly. Yeah, you can feel it in them. They're coming back. They're coming alive a bit. Okay. Jimenez for Willie. De Ligt for Euro. 2 defensive changes to make us a wee bit more solid. Let them go into the attacks. They have Moise Caicedo. That can't be Moise Caicedo. Who's in their midfield? Frankie de Jong. Oh, no, it's Caicedo. Okay, I have no idea who that is. Saba should have been on cover there. Fernan Torres. And Rashford takes him out. Hey, De Ligt doing well to cover himself there. Should that have been a goal? Yes. Yes, that should have been a goal. That should have been a goal. Interesting. That's fascinating. That should have been a goal. Okay, we're at 80 minutes now. Saba's one from suspension. Saba's probably the one you take off to be careful, but we don't really have another defender to put on in his place. Yeah, Rashford and Ferguson already performing crap. And there comes their goal. What's the choice here? See, Ferguson can't play in any of these positions. He's not really qualified for it. So we're going to pause for a second and we're going to do something different. We could move to this. Yeah, I think we move to this. Risk a biscuit. Take Rashford off, considering he's on a card and hasn't been performing good. And see if we can get another goal. And then bench Rashford's ass for the rest of the season. It's a shame, too, because he's had 10 goals and 10 assists this season, so he was performing good, but, like... So we have a number of people we need to bollock. So Victor Rook needs to get bollocked. Evan Ferguson needs to get bollocked. Marcus Rashford needs to get bollocked. And Victor has been a mix all season, so that's unfortunate. But Ferguson, unfortunately, I think I've been saying it for the last couple of whiles. Every now and again he'll come back and he'll give us a good performance, but he's not consistent enough. It's a 2-goal margin, which is nice going into the Camp Nou. But is 2 goals enough to play hardly in that game? I don't know. I don't know if 2 goals is enough for hardly. And Euro is off in the next game as well. So we have to get through Sheffield, where Euro will play it there. Then we have to get through Barca. That'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting game. But that's the next time we come live with Football Manager, my friends. I'm going to end up leaving it there for now. It was a pleasure talking to each and every one of you. I'm going to look and see who is a good person to end up rating. Does anyone have any recommendations on who to potentially raid? Benny is playing baseball at the moment, but I've given Benny a raid in the last wee while. Ben, my friend, what is a crack-a-lackin'? Is all going good with you? I hope the crack is treating you 90. You know what? Considering he came in and he said hello there, I'm going to send you over to Stuart. But Ben, my friend, what's crack-a-lackin' anyway? It's all going good. Are you happy with the United result? I am. I'm fierce happy with it. I think it's a good display now. I think we're pretty much guaranteed top 4, if not top 3 now. So hopefully that'll end up going well. But that's going to be me. Anyway, guys, and thank you all for coming in, those of you that have. I'll be live again tomorrow, either with WWE 2K26 or Arc Raiders, depending on the vibe of how I am after work. But until then, remember, I have been Stupid Sexy Crack. Make sure your crack is 90. Schlongafol, and as always, Pog home, my friends.